morning, Aunt Al.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you feeling? Did you sleep well?
You can unfurrow your brow, Alan Michael. I don't plan to lose my temper with anyone today.
You're kidding. Not even with Roger.
No. Found an even better way to get even with him.
Good morning, Ross.
Morning.
Nick, I'm so glad to see you.
Well, why? I said I'd be here.
I know, but I thought after last night maybe you might forget to show up.
No, Alexandra, you're the one that keeps forgetting. This is not just about you.
You're damn right it isn't, and it's about all of us. You'd think with all the millions they built you guys out of to belong to this country club that they'd get the elevators to run a little faster. Do you have any idea how long I waited?
Yeah, not to mention she had to wait over an hour for room service.
Yeah, and then the coffee was cold.
Oh, this is wonderful. You're in a perfect frame of mind to take on Roger and Jenna.
You set them up and I'll knock them down.
Oh,
Good girl.
that's what I want to hear. Okay, let's go see who's bossing this town after all. Maybe a year late, but we finally made it.
Let's hope we shall see the tables turned on Mr. Thorpe.
Yeah, I wonder where he is.
Well, he must know he's in trouble, or else he'd be here early, ready to gloat.
Well, I don't think Roger's going to be doing any gloating today.
Boss, I tried my father again, no answer.
He's probably on his way, honey.
I don't know what to say to you.
But good luck might be a little appropriate.
I wish you luck. I guess I just mean that, whatever happens, I love you.
I love you, too.
Oh, Blake. Well, which side of the aisle are you going to be sitting on today?
You know, I only wish the best for you, but oh, I would love it if Alexander ended up without a penny.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen, Blake. We have all the ammunition Ross needs this time.
Thank you.
Everything's fine. We're going to begin when we sit down. Look a little lonely over there, Lou.
Me? Nah, I've always enjoyed my own company.
Well, with your clients, I can understand why. So, is Springfield's favorite couple on their way to South America with a suitcase full of money, or what?
No, they're probably at the bank cashing a big, fat check for finally getting you off their backs.
Big mistake, Leo. Should have taken your fee in cash, because after tonight, whenever they write a check, it's going to be worth about as much as Roger's reputation.
Any less quotes while you're still worth reporting on?
Well, 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 if it isn't the pretender to the throne. Still trying to get a piece of the pie, Nick.
All you have to do is tell the judge exactly what happened, and I'll do my best.
Well, how do I know how good your best is?
I like you best. You never give an inch, do you?
Not with this crowd.
Now, look, I'm going to get Roger's bribery of you last year on the record. Now, what that means is, no matter what happens to the company, he can't hurt you, because he's going to be in jail. Excuse me.
Boss, it's one thing to go after the company. That's what you were hired to do. But I really think you're enjoying going after my father.
All rise. Judge Arthur presiding.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, counselors. Please be seated and we can get this hearing underway. Last winter, I presided over the fraud trial of Bradshaw versus Spaulding Enterprises. At that time, the defense alleged they had, but could not produce, evidence that Spaulding Enterprises had, in fact, entered into a legal contract with Miss Bradshaw's father, a contract for the device which made the company's fortune. However, lacking such a piece of crucial evidence, I found in favor of the plaintiff and awarded Miss Bradshaw what this court to believe to be fair compensation. Although this is an informal hearing, I will discharge anyone from this court who interrupts. Is that clear? Although I found in favor of the plaintiff, I granted the Spauldings the right to seek redress should they be able to produce such evidence. It is my understanding, Counselor, that you are ready to present that evidence to this court now.
I am, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
That being the case, this hearing is now convened. It had better be compelling evidence, Counselor.
Yes.
Where the hell is Roger?
I have no idea.
He should have been here half an hour ago.
Well, let's not worry about Roger, okay? You work for me now.
May I first offer my apologies to the court for having once again to listen to arguments on a case you have already presided over with such distinction, and based on the evidence, come to a just decision. As you are fully aware, Your Honor, my clients have provided incontrovertible proof that Jenna Bradshaw's father, Clyde Wynant, is the inventor of the device in question, a device which I might add is worth billions to the Spauldings. Now, the Spauldings were unable to produce any evidence of a contract for the rights to this device, and to my knowledge, still have no such document to offer. In short, nothing has changed. Except, of course, Alexandra Spaulding has returned, obviously upset about the loss of her business empire and the sudden appearance of a former elderly employee with perhaps an all too convenient memory. So, once again, Your Honor, my apologies for the waste of this court's time. Be assured that we will once again show, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the original wisdom of the court's decision.
Mr. Marler, are you ready for your opening remarks?
Yes, Your Honor, and I will try and hurry through this as my esteemed colleague apparently has a train to catch. Contrary to Mr. Flynn's wishful thinking, new evidence has arisen recently, and I appreciate the court allowing us to present it. Now, it is true that the document in question is not in our hands. However, several people have seen the document and they will testify to its contents. In addition, there have been events which the police will testify to involving the pursuit of this document, making its value implicit. But most importantly, we have in the court today Bess Lowell. Miss Lowell not only typed up the contract herself, but she witnessed the signing of it.
What does this mean? Are they going to believe her?
No, it depends. Roger thought he could make a deal with the old lady. I don't know if he did. Do you have any idea?
No, I don't have any idea. Last I saw him was last night.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Miss Lowell, how long did you work at Spaulding Enterprises?
A little more than 25 years.
Uh-huh. And what was your position there?
I was Brandon Spaulding's private secretary.
And do you recall Brandon Spaulding ever doing business with an inventor named Clyde Wynant? A gentleman who was later subsequently identified as Jenna Bradshaw's father.
I'm so glad you asked.
Where the hell is your husband? How could he not be here?
I'm going to lose it all, aren't I? I'm really in trouble.
Mr. Flynn, will you approach the bench, please?
Is that the document Alan Michael lost a year ago?
Can't tell. It's about the right size.
This document appears to show that we made a mistake last year, that Spaulding Enterprises did indeed have an agreement with Mrs. Thorpe's father, and as a result, this company owes her nothing, certainly not all of its assets.
How convenient. Magically appearing at the 11th hour.
No. This contract has been in and out of our hands for the better part of a year.
Yes, I am well aware of that. Miss Lowell, would you please approach the bench?
I can't believe this. I can't believe that that piece of paper's going to get us back everything.
Relax. The fat lady hasn't sung yet.
I have entered this document as Exhibit G. Miss Lowell, can you please tell me if you have ever seen it before?
I typed this myself. That's my signature, just as I said.
Your Honor, who was that clown anyway, and who knows where he got that piece of paper? Off a cereal box?
Oh, Mr. Flynn, please, just sit down.
Well, is it real?
This is not a boardroom. Everyone, please sit down. I have reached my decision. There is more than a fortune at stake in this case. There is the honor of the law and the reputation of this court to uphold.
Oh, he can't be changing his mind based on just that.
Ross, is he saying what I hope he's saying?
Today, the law is asked to judge the bond of 2 men long dead.
Your Honor.
Mr. Flynn, please. I don't make these judgments arbitrarily.
Well, I just don't think that it's...
Well, I do. The Spaulding's entire defense during the first trial hinged on the argument that there was an agreement with Clyde Wynant, regardless of how fair, and that proof in the form of a contract did exist.
The Spauldings could have printed that piece of paper last night, Your Honor.
These are other patent applications from the 1960s that I have used for comparison. Clyde Wynant is dead. How did they get his signature on it?
Bet you I'd look good in a new red sports car.
To err may be human, but so is the law. And so human error must force the law to change its mind.
No, you can't do this.
Mrs. Thorpe, control yourself or I will have to hold you in contempt.
Contempt? You're damn right I'm in contempt of you and your law. What about justice? I don't give a damn about their contract. They used my father. They used him. They just took advantage of him. What about a man's life work? They owe me for this.
Sit down. This is not going to help me. This is not going to...
Regardless of the deal that you would like to have with Spaulding Enterprises, Mrs. Thorpe, this document is tangible evidence that your father thought it was fair enough to sign at the time. You have also enjoyed unparalleled privileges and revenues for nearly a year, which is more than ample compensation for any imagined slights. And the fact that Mr. Thorpe could not even appear today leads me to believe that what I've just been handed is real. And I see no reason why the Spaulding should be further penalized by his absence.
Your Honor, I strenuously object. Are we on the honor system now?
The Thorpes are welcome to have this document examined by handwriting experts and appeal, if and when they are able to prove that it is a forgery. In the meantime, I am overturning my decision of February 25th.
I don't think you want to miss it. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Forgive me.
Spaulding Enterprises did not defraud anyone and deserve to suffer no penalty. Therefore, I am ruling that all payments and properties made to Mrs. Thorpe, including any subsequent acquisition she's made with Spaulding Resources, be restored to their original owners as of midnight tonight.
For my work schedule. Mom, listen, can I borrow the keys to the company jet this weekend?
Yeah, now, Michael, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Oh, let me think. Roger's office, eh?
Oh, darling, wait. That'll wait. Beth, you must be exhausted. I want you to take the yacht, and I want you to go all the way around the world.
Boy, I'm expecting a little more than that.
Roger will never forgive me.
Your Honor, may I remind the court that there remains many unanswered questions as to how this all came about, and frankly, some of my clients fear for their safety.
Your point is well taken. I'm hereby directing the police to arrest Roger Thorpe on contempt charges, at least until he can make a full accounting of all assets in question. This court is dismissed.
Oh, the day gets better and better. Well, not that I really care, but what could Roger have been thinking?
Oh, maybe he thought he could stall for time. I fully expected him to come crashing in with one of his devious schemes.
Don't worry. We can still prove that that contract is a fake.
It's not a fake. Are you sure you don't know where my father is?
Mr. Morrow, the biggest reversal of this kind maybe ever. How does it feel?
My friends, it's just another day at the office. Actually, it feels like justice has been served and a message has been sent.
You see this as a personal vindication.
Well, it's always nice to be on the winning side, but this victory, yes, has personal significance for me because the Spauldings just never lost faith in me, and I never lost faith in the system. And I think it is fitting that the people who twisted the law have now been strangled by it.
Ooh, I got my headline.
Look, I'll talk to you all later, all right? Thanks a lot.
It looked like it was touch and go in there for a while. Were you ever worried?
Not for a moment. I knew he'd be taking home all the chips, even though they're ours to begin with.
Your ex-husband, Mr. Thorpe, didn't even bother to make an appearance. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, I think he's going to miss one hell of a party.
Nonetheless, it must seem like a holiday. Not here to defend itself. Not
Do you feel as... Jerry, have you seen my father today?
No?
Scotch, please.
How's the Spaulding trial going?
It's over. The company goes back to them, and I came here to escape. May I? Suite 712, please. Roger Thorpe. He's not. Have you seen him today? This is his daughter. Would you please tell him that I called and to please call me? Thank you.
Thanks for saving me a trip to the Regency.
Were you following me?
Well, I thought you might know where your father is.
Obviously not.
Well, you know, it'll be a lot easier on him if he shows up soon. And not so easy if the police have to track him down for contempt of court.
Well, good luck. If my father doesn't want to be found, you won't get near him.
I don't know. People tell me I'm a pretty good cop.
Well, my father spent 10 years with the agency. So good won't cut it.
You know, I can't figure you. Are you proud of your dad for all the trouble he's caused? Or are you proud of your boyfriend for just cutting him off the knees?
Listen, just because I set you up with my mother for one night doesn't mean you get to know me.
Wish you hadn't run off.
I was busy being tailed. Isn't that what you wanted?
It's Jerry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cutter, detective, Springfield PD. Can I ask you a few questions, please?
Look, like we agreed, this was going to be business. And that's what it turned out to be. Your father has nobody to blame but himself. And there was nothing unfair about what happened to him in that courtroom today, especially considering the fact he didn't even show up. He simply took something that wasn't his, and he got caught. Can you understand that?
I understand what happened, Ross. Don't talk to me like I'm 12.
And I don't see how you can resent it.
Whether he deserved it or not, he's still my father.
Like, it wasn't that long ago. You wanted nothing to do with him.
Well, it wasn't that long ago you wanted nothing to do with me either. Look, Ross, I'm very aware of my father's faults. But he's all I had for a long time. I mean, maybe not him in person, but the dream of him, his memory. And when I found out that he was alive and that I had a father who loved me and who would do anything for me. Don't you get it? Everything he does, right or wrong, he does for me and Hart. And he would do anything to keep me in his life.
But here's what I don't get. You've told him yourself that's a life you don't want. A dream of his of a family empire.
It's the only way he knows to show he loves me. Okay, we have different dreams now. It doesn't matter. That means something to me. Ross, sometimes my father can make me so mad that I can't see straight, and I think I'm way past caring. And then this happens, and I do. I care.
Oh, did you know that they were coming here? Champagne,
No,
champagne, please, so that I may toast Mr. Marlin on his stunning and...
Yes. Come to your house, sir. Thank you, Lord. Here's the lawyer. Office again.
I'm really glad we got back so soon because I still haven't found that necklace I lost.
Oh, don't worry about that, sweetie. I'll buy you another necklace. I'll buy the whole town necklaces.
No, but I like that necklace. Hey, maybe we could go out there before it gets too dark. Or maybe after. It could be fun.
I can't leave now. I just got here.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Mindy. I thought you'd be on your way back to work.
Well, I guess I thought it more important to be here with my, fiancé.
Excuse me, I would like to make a toast, please, to a gutsy lady without whom we wouldn't be celebrating. Bess Lowell, thank you for typing everything in triplicate.
Yes. Dr. Beth.
I can't wait to see Roger's face.
Oh, man, I'm sure it looks a lot like Jenna's right now.
So, what happens next?
Midnight happens. Have a nice couple of hours.
And what does that mean exactly?
The fancy limo outside, it's turning into a pumpkin. And all the maids and the butlers are becoming the mice they once were. Spell's broken, Cinderella.
What do you turn back into?
A shark. If I don't get my feet.
Oh, this should cover it. It's worth about 50 thou. Wear it well, Leo. I'm sure you will.
Thank you. Free word of advice. Roger Thorpe is the worst loser I've ever met. I'm going on vacation. I suggest you should also.
Jen, that pin is more than he deserves.
No, not really. I never wear the real stuff before sundown. It was paste.
You'll survive. And dear one, this isn't the end of the world.
It's gonna be a little different, isn't it?
Maybe a happier one. After all, it's going to make it easier to divorce Roger. And dear, when the baby comes, if you need any help, you know.
I adore you, Henry. I'm having a bit of a hard time accepting all this just at the moment. Still can't believe he did this.
Dear, we tried to warn you about Roger.
No, not talking about Roger.